Have you ever stepped out of bed in the morning, only to wince the moment your feet touch the floor? That dull, aching stiffness that makes your first few steps feel like you're walking on glass. Or maybe, by the end of the day, your toes feel swollen, your heels are burning, and your arches just don't want to cooperate anymore. If that's you, or even if it's starting to become you, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not stuck this way. Arthritis in the feet is one of those things people don't talk about enough. We hear about sore knees, we hear about stiff hips, but our feet, they quietly suffer, carrying all of our weight, all of our steps, and rarely getting the kind of care and attention they truly need. And after 60, it's not just about foot pain, it's about independence. If your feet hurt, everything slows down. You move less. You hesitate more. You lose confidence in every step. And slowly, your world can shrink, not because your mind or spirit isn't willing, but because your feet are waving the white flag. But here's the encouraging news. You can support your feet. You can ease that pain. And no, you don't need to run marathons or spend a fortune. Today, we're going to talk about how to care for your feet when you have arthritis, gently, practically, and in a way that fits your life. Because your feet deserve comfort. You deserve relief. And you deserve to feel good walking into this next chapter of your life. Let's begin with something that might sound simple, but it makes a world of difference. Wearing the right shoes. Now, you've probably heard this before. Supportive shoes matter. But what does that really mean when you have arthritis? Well, when joints are inflamed or worn down, whether it's in your toes, your midfoot, or your ankles, they need support, not pressure. That means no more tight dress shoes, no more thin flip-flops, and definitely no more old, squished sneakers with the insoles falling apart. Your feet aren't just looking for softness, they're looking for structure. A good shoe for arthritic feet cradles your arch, cushions your heel, and gives your toes room to breathe. It's not about being trendy. It's about being kind to the very foundation of your body. Look for wide toe boxes. That means your toes can spread naturally instead of being crammed together like sardines. And look for shoes with memory foam or gel padding. It doesn't need to be fancy, just enough to soften the impact with each step and give your sore joints a little break. I remember talking to a woman named Sylvia. She was 74 and had just about given up on daily walks because of her bunions and midfoot arthritis. "I feel like I'm walking on marbles," she said. But she was still wearing her favorite pair of slip-on flats. They looked lovely, but they weren't helping her feet at all. We found her a pair of walking shoes with soft mesh sides, thick soles, and a roomy toe area. She resisted them at first. They didn't feel like her style. But after just 1 week, she came back with a smile and said, "I forgot what it was like to walk without wincing." Sometimes, relief doesn't come from a bottle. It comes from finally wearing shoes that meet you where you are. Now let's talk about something even more overlooked. Stretching and gentle movement. When your joints are stiff and inflamed, it's tempting to stay still. And while rest is important, too much stillness can actually make arthritis worse. Joints need movement. It's what keeps the fluid flowing, the muscles engaged, and the tissues from locking up. If your feet are hurting, that doesn't mean you have to go on long walks. It means you start small. Stretching your toes in the morning, rolling your foot over a soft tennis ball, flexing your ankles, massaging the tops and bottoms of your feet with your hands or a warm towel. These little actions add up. They wake up the muscles. They lubricate the joints. They remind your feet that you're still here, still moving, still fighting for comfort and control. Take Ron, for example. He's 79, and arthritis hit him hard in both feet. "I shuffle more than I walk these days," he told me once. But we got him into a routine, 3 minutes in the morning and 3 minutes at night. Toe spreads, Ankle rolls, calf stretches, nothing intense, just consistent. After 2 weeks, he didn't feel like a new man, but he said something important. I don't dread standing up anymore. And that alone was worth it. Because when your body starts to trust that you're taking care of it, it starts to respond. Now that we've talked about proper shoes and gentle movement, there's one more thing that many people forget about when dealing with arthritis, and that's ice and warm. Yes, old-fashioned remedies still work. If your joints are flaring, meaning they feel hot, swollen, or tender, ice is your best friend. A soft cold pack, wrapped in a towel, placed gently under your arch or around your toes for 10 to 15 minutes. Not long enough to numb you, just long enough to calm the storm. And when your joints are stiff instead of swollen, that's when you go the opposite way. A warm foot bath, a heated wrap, a cozy pair of socks fresh out of the dryer. It may seem small, but these warm touches can ease the tightness and help your feet feel more relaxed, like they're finally being heard. Caring for arthritic feet isn't about fixing them. It's about listening. It's about noticing the pain and doing something gentle about it. It's a conversation between you and your body. And when you start listening, your body starts trusting you back. Now that we've talked about the importance of proper shoes, gentle stretching, and the power of warmth and ice, let's keep building on that foundation. Because caring for your feet when you have arthritis is really about paying attention to the small things, those little daily habits that either help you heal or quietly make things worse. Let's start with something a lot of people overlook: trimming your toenails properly. I know it sounds minor, but the truth is, arthritic feet often come with stiff fingers too. Maybe your hands don't bend like they used to. Maybe your grip isn't what it was 10 years ago. And suddenly, something as routine as trimming your toenails becomes tricky or even risky. But here's the thing: long or uneven toenails can actually change the way your foot hits the ground. They push against your shoes, force your toes to shift, and create pain points that feed directly into inflamed joints. I've seen folks start limping just because of one crooked nail. And when you limp, even slightly, your knees and hips pick up the slack. That means more strain on already vulnerable joints. All because of something that could have been handled in 10 careful minutes. So here's what I suggest. If you can still manage it yourself, do it slowly with a proper nail clipper and good lighting. Always trim straight across, not too short, and smooth any rough edges with a gentle file. But if your hands aren't steady, please don't risk it. There's no shame in booking a visit to a medical pedicurist or a podiatrist. You're not being fussy, you're protecting your mobility. Think of it like getting an oil change for your car. It's not luxury, it's maintenance. Now let's talk about another issue that creeps up slowly and affects so many people with arthritis: swelling. If you've ever looked down at the end of the day and seen your feet puffed up like balloons, you know exactly what I mean. It's uncomfortable, it's frustrating, and it can make your shoes feel like they've shrunk by 2 sizes. Swelling, or edema, is especially common when arthritis causes inflammation that lingers in your joints and tissues. It's your body trying to protect itself, but sometimes it overreacts, and the result is pressure and pain in your feet. So how do you manage it? One of the most effective and simplest tools is elevation. Just getting your feet above the level of your heart for 15 to 20 minutes can do wonders. Rest them on a few pillows while you watch TV, or lie back in a recliner with your legs up. You'll be surprised how quickly the tightness eases. Compression socks can also help, but here's the key: you need the right kind, not the tight, shiny ones from the drugstore that feel like sausage casings. Look for soft, breathable, graduated compression socks made specifically for seniors or those with arthritis. They apply gentle pressure, not squeezing, but hugging the foot and ankle to improve circulation and reduce fluid buildup. I knew a woman named Carmen, 82 years old and always on the move. But she kept having days where her feet were so swollen she couldn't even get her shoes on. She thought it was just part of getting older until her doctor recommended a pair of mild compression socks and a simple routine: legs up after lunch and water breaks every hour to keep her body hydrated. It didn't erase the arthritis, but it made her feel human again. And that alone changed everything. Speaking of hydration, let's touch on something that might surprise you. Your feet feel better when your whole body is well cared for. Yes, even what you eat and drink can affect your foot pain. Dehydration, for example, makes joint stiffness worse. Less water in your body means less lubrication for your joints, and that includes all the tiny, hard-working joints in your feet. So if you're living with arthritis and struggling with foot pain, make it a goal to drink water throughout the day. Add a slice of lemon or cucumber if plain water doesn't excite you. It's not just about quenching thirst. It's about protecting your joints from the inside out. The same goes for food. Certain meals can trigger inflammation. That doesn't mean you have to overhaul your whole diet overnight, but start noticing how you feel after you eat. If your joints feel stiffer the morning after a salty or processed meal, that's your body sending you a clue. Try incorporating more omega-3 rich foods like salmon or walnuts, or foods high in antioxidants like berries and leafy greens. They're gentle on your joints, and they help your body fight inflammation in a natural, supportive way. And of course, keep moving. I know we touched on stretching earlier, but I want to go a little deeper here. Even a short, slow walk around your home counts. So does standing at the kitchen counter and rising up onto your toes, or wiggling your feet in bed before you fall asleep. Movement isn't about doing a big workout. It's about reminding your joints that they're still in the game, that they don't have to seize up or lock down, that you're willing to meet them halfway. Because arthritis doesn't mean you have to stop. It just means you have to be smarter, gentler, more in tune with your body. And that, honestly, is a strength. By now, I hope you're beginning to feel a little more hopeful, a little more seen, a little more in charge of your comfort. Because when you're living with arthritis in your feet, it's easy to feel like the pain is running the show, like your body has turned against you. But the truth is, your body is still on your side. It's doing its best. And with just a little care, a little attention, and a few changes to your routine, you can find relief. Sometimes that relief starts by simply listening, really listening to what your feet are trying to tell you. Are your arches tired and aching by mid-afternoon? That might be your cue to reassess your shoes. Are your toes stiff when you first wake up? That's your invitation to do a few gentle stretches before you even step out of bed. Is the skin on your heels cracking or dry? That's your body asking for moisture, maybe even a soothing soak at the end of the day. And here's something important to remember. Foot care is not vanity. It's dignity. It's giving yourself the comfort and stability you need to live on your terms. I met a man named Howard not long ago. He's 81, a retired postal worker, and proud of it. But over the years, arthritis began to settle into his toes and ankles. It got to the point where walking from the bedroom to the kitchen was a chore. And for a man who'd spent most of his life walking door to door, that hit him hard. But what I admired most about Howard was that he didn't give up. He just slowed down and started paying attention. He got fitted for proper orthopedic shoes. He soaked his feet in warm water with Epsom salt twice a week. He learned a few easy ankle stretches and did them during commercial breaks. He even bought a small foot roller to keep under his desk for mornings when stiffness crept in. 6 weeks later, he said, "I can't do 10,000 steps anymore, but I can walk to the store without limping." And that, for me, is enough. That's the key: realistic victories. Not perfection. Not pain-free forever. Just a little less pain than yesterday. a little more freedom, a little more you. And on the days when arthritis feels heavy, because yes, those days still come, remind yourself that you're doing your part. You're showing up for your body. You're making smart choices. You're choosing movement over stiffness, support over struggle, care over discomfort. You're saying, my comfort matters. My feet matter. I matter. So what are the simple takeaways from all this? Wear shoes that support you, literally. Roomy toe boxes, soft insoles, firm arches. Replace old shoes that have lost their cushion. Invest in footwear that serves your feet, not someone else's. Move your feet every day, even in small ways. Stretch, flex, wiggle, roll. Movement is medicine. Elevate your feet when they swell. Use warmth to relax stiff joints and cold to calm inflamed ones. Don't ignore your toenails or dry skin. These small things have a big impact on your comfort and gait. And perhaps most importantly, be kind to yourself. Arthritis doesn't define you. It's just something your body is dealing with, and every step you take to care for yourself counts. If this message has helped you feel a little more empowered or reminded you of something you'd forgotten, I'd love to hear about it. Share your thoughts in the comments, whether it's a foot care habit that's worked for you or something new you're going to try. Your story might help someone else in this community feel less alone. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. It truly helps the video reach others who are also looking for gentle, practical ways to care for their bodies. And if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe. We talk about real-life solutions here, for real people like you, because aging well isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about doing what works for you. You don't have to walk through this alone. You don't have to settle for pain. And you certainly don't have to give up the things you love because of sore, swollen feet. Let's keep moving forward, one kind step at a time. You've carried so much in your life. It's time your feet got the care they've earned. Here's to strength, comfort, and walking with confidence again. Here's to living your best life at any age.